Live control room. We are not receiving data from your encoder. Why? Up. Stream status bad.
Hmm. Oh, we just appeared.
Oh, we just appeared, huh?
Hmm.
Huh.
Yeah, I don't know how far behind it is.
Yep, we're not. Okay,
Oh, I just saw myself scratch my head, so
yep,
there we
there we
go.
go. Says our stream status is bad. So,
Doesn't look too bad.
I think we're doing fine. I see.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, there's Reluctant Warrior. There's our technical support. We are currently in pre-show, making sure that everything is working fine. We have a slight
Hmm.
delay, but if anybody is experiencing any quality or volume issues, let me know. We are 2 minutes away from being into the May live stream. Excitement.
Yay!
Yay. We'll get into announcements and things like that in 1 minute. We're just making sure that there's no technical difficulties. It looks like I have about a 15 or 20-second delay, which is fun. Let's see here.
That's to be expected.
I am super quiet according to. Uh, I am jacking up my volume. Okay. Let's see, is this any better? Or should I move back up to here? Volume is good for WAGs.
Hmm.
For our IT, volume is fine for Reluctant Warrior. Excellent. Okay, it is 1 p.m. That means it is time. 1300 hours. Welcome to the Studio Prey May live stream, May 28th, 2019. Maya, what did you just do?
I just turned down the volume on my earbuds.
It makes this huge humming noise that comes
Oh no.
through the feed. It's like all of a sudden
Sorry.
Maya is starting a nuclear reactor. Anyway, welcome to our live stream this month. We've got a lot of exciting things to talk about. Many, many exciting things to talk about. If you'll notice, there is some curious artwork directly to my left. I guess it would be the screen's right. And so,
Mm.
that. Are you ready? Are you ready, Maya? Are you ready? Uh oh.
Drum roll.
Drum roll. Okay. That is the cover, unfinished for lettering only, but that is the cover for Ghosts of the Nightmare Gods. It's very exciting. Well, I just got this in a few hours ago from the immensely talented Cadmium Tea. They are
Very, very talented.
very talented, crazy fast. They have been amazing to work with. Uh, we still are expecting a few covers in from Sarah, but we are very slowly transitioning here, and this is their first work for us here at the studio. I could not be happier. The amount of detail and how alive it all seems, it's just perfect. And I am over the moon. It's been a very exciting day.
Hmm.
But
It has been.
that's not all. Oh, you will probably notice that there is a dragon missing.
Sadness.
Sadness. Kat, we miss you. We love you. Kat is out spending a long Memorial Day weekend with her family. And so she was unable to join us today for this live stream. But she will be back with us next month. And Maya should be
Mhm.
there too.
Probably.
Hopefully. Maybe. She's on summer
More than
vacation
likely.
right now. So,
Yeah.
yeah. Summer vacation, looking for work because, like she's going to get rich working for me. And everything's doing
That's the
well.
hope, at least at some point.
Well, yeah, that would be nice. Being able to pay the grocery bill. Always a good thing.
Hmm.
Always a good thing. But moving right along, we've got a lot of things to talk about today. That's Maya Bones and Hot Sauce Miller there. Yes, yes, Bones and
I
Hot
knew it.
Sauce. It
I
was,
knew you were gonna make another joke.
yeah.
No surprise.
Well, the thing is I'm recycling this one. I really am because I used that one last time.
Oh, you did? I don't remember.
Yeah, well, college student finals destroyed your brain. We understand. It's okay.
Oh yeah.
You're in a safe place, Maya. You're in a safe place.
Well, considering I'm at home now instead of my dorm room, I feel a bit safer, yeah.
But it actually looks like a dorm room with the "Go Chippewas" blanket hanging up behind and the curious furniture that looks somewhat like dorm room furniture. So,
Oh yeah, no. That is actually a dorm room bed. Got it on sale.
so it's like you've never left, is what you're telling me.
Pretty much. There's just more boxes. I haven't fully unpacked yet.
Boxes on top of boxes. Are you going to fully unpack? Don't you go back in like 2 months?
2.5, something like that. Late September.
Fun, fun, fun.
Not late September. Mid early September. I can date.
You
I
can
really can't.
date. You can.
Time is an illusion.
Yes. Death is but a doorway. I shall return. Ghostbusters 2 reference, ladies and gentlemen. And as always, hashtag demonetized. Anyway, moving
Let's
right
see
along.
how many of those we can rack up in this stream.
One of these days I'll be good enough with our encoding software as we're streaming out to everyone where I'll just be like a little counter at the bottom. Like, yeah, yeah. Hashtag demonetized. Ding 1, ding 2. Yeah,
Hmm.
just
Just hit like the tilde key or something every time. It's just
there it
counter
goes.
goes up.
By the end of the live stream, it'll just be filled with tildes. Join us for our next live stream where I say nothing but hashtag demonetized for 30 minutes.
uh,
But
all right. So
should we
moving
actually should we
along.
actually talk about like the company stuff, or should we just keep bantering playfully back and forth? Yeah.
I mean, I don't get me wrong. I like doing it, and it's probably half of the appeal. Am I right?
I don't know. Ask them. I just work here.
Hey, I just work here too.
Yeah, I know. They're the boss. They're the boss. I
Yeah.
got to get my. It's like I'm watching the chat over here. But I've got the camera here. I've got you over here. It's like I don't know where to look. Help me. Yeah. But
Don't worry, I never know what I'm doing.
hey, it's worked for us so far.
That it has.
Yeah. I don't remember what movie it was, but it was, I think, some type of military movie or something where it's like, I've got a plan, but it's strange and unusual. And one of the guys looked up and said, "Well, sir, with all due respect, the strange and unusual has been working for us so far."
Ah, that sounds familiar. I don't remember what it is though.
If you know, guys, leave a comment or shout it out in chat, and I will praise your brilliance at pop culture trivia. Uh,
You get a metaphorical gold star. There you go.
yeah. I know. I will. Okay. Okay. If you guys know the movie, drop it in chat. Send a link if you can, showing the clip or reference to quote. All right. I know this is getting complicated. Then send me a message with your address, and I will mail you a gold star. I will go to the craft store. I will buy a gold star. I will stick it on a 3x5 note card and I will address it to you.
Just a singular gold star, not even just a sheet of any, just a singular one.
Well, yeah, but that's, if they do something good twice in this live stream, I'm willing to put two on the card for a limited time only. This live stream only. You have until the gods intervene and knock us offline, or I actually get finished rambling, which could be forever. But anyway, one gold star, two if you impress me twice. Yes, we're doing the whole Roman Emperor thing. Impress me. Empress. That's right. I'm crap without an editor. I've got one here, but she's not fast enough.
True.
But anyhow, I keep picking this up. I keep moving it. This
Yes.
is Rise of the Forgotten. It's available in paperback as well as in Kindle right now. We had an incredible release. Dawnbreak, we made it free for 3 days. Advertised that it was free. And, just to celebrate Rise of the Forgotten and to push traffic towards it. If people were waiting, if people were unsure, if they wanted to, give us $1, all of that, which happens more than you might think. Dawnbreak was free for 3 days. And it just started a wave. It went crazy. We took number 1 in LGBT sci-fi for 3 days. We were number 4 in genetic engineering science fiction for 3 days. We got all the way down to number 23 in all of science fiction on Amazon for 3 days. And then when it transitioned out of its free promotion and went back to paid, we got almost into the top 50 for science fiction paid on all of Amazon. We were like number 1 or 2 also. I remember right in LGBT sci-fi. These are incredible numbers. We were almost in the top 100 site-wide on Amazon for every book they sell. We were within like 10 or 15 ranks of being
Something
there.
like that, yeah.
It was crazy. I was in Wisconsin, which was also crazy. Yay, Cheese State. Uh, Losing my mind over a laptop computer, just rapidly hitting the refresh, watching those numbers update in real time. We moved like over like 400 or 500 copies of Dawnbreak in 2 days, which is just phenomenal. And then it had this knock-on effect where people started picking up Exile, people started picking up Rise. And honestly, I'm just blown away. I've never had a release go like that. It's one of the best successes that we've ever had as a company. It is the biggest success that we've had as a company to date. And all I can say is thank you, because it wasn't anything that I did. It wasn't anything, I mean, the books have been there. It was the response from all of the people that are watching and all of the people that have picked it up and just their belief in the work. We're now up to 4 5-star reviews on Amazon.com for Dawnbreak. We have 1 5-star review for Rise, and we are sitting at like 4.46 for Exile's Return. So the reviews are solid. Everything is really starting to pick off, and going well. So I'm very humbled. I'm very, very humbled. If you want to continue to help, the best thing that you can do on Amazon is to leave us a good review. 4-star, 5-star is optimum. It teaches the algorithm that we are something of quality that needs to be promoted. And so those reviews coming in, I don't want it to make it sound like I'm begging, but they greatly.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit of
A
groveling.
little bit.
My self-dignity, what's left of it, can take it. Uh, but no, seriously, guys, they make more of a difference than you know. So,
Mhm.
thank you again. Um, all right. So we're moving right along. We're 12 minutes into this madcap ride. Having fun, Maya?
Yep,
How's it
as always.
feel to be the only one there?
It's quiet.
It's very
Weird.
quiet. Yes, we all miss Cat.
Oh yeah.
Yes. And it is a Tuesday, I know, and our time is like right in the middle of the workday for most people, which is why I think we probably don't have as many as we normally do. But we do have a
Mhm.
solution for that. We
That we
are
do.
trying to figure out. We are trying to figure out what is the best time to do a live stream. So if you will look down in the description of this video, you will find a link to a Google form. It's very, very simple. Like the title is actually longer than the survey. And it just lets us know when would be the best time that you think for us to do these live streams, including a place where you can, enter your own time, give us feedback and details, things like that. It might take you 30 seconds or a minute to fill out, so if you guys are available and want to spend the time to do that, it really would help us out because we're here to be seen. We want to make sure that we're accessible to you guys. This is where we connect. This is where we, get feedback, where we have a little fun. We celebrate our victories. We talk to the people in the audience, our readers. We want to hear from you. And so this survey gives us a chance to better reach out, to better connect. Groovy, groovy. And if you will
Groovy.
continue looking down in that link description, down, you got to get that, emotions.
Oh, all the way down.
Reminds me of a song from the 90s. There is a link to our Patreon. For less than the cost of a case of ramen, you can help support the magic at Studio Prey.
I
And
feel attacked.
you feel attacked. I'm trying to get you money for the ramen. It's like, help
Say
me.
that to the 3 cases I still have.
Hmm. The only thing I can say to those 3 cases that you still have is diabetes. But too much complex carbs. But
Mhm.
Maya, Whole Foods. Shop on the outside of the grocery store. Other like highfalutin, snarky advice. For
Yeah,
the love of
yeah.
God, eat a salad. No, or something like that. I don't know. Like, your body is crying out a nutritional agony.
Reminds me of my communications professor first semester. She's like, I remember being a freshman. My body was screaming for a decent fruit and a vegetable after the first month in, and I'm like, I feel that. I feel that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So,
But back on track. Yes, please, if you can share the money, please support us on Patreon. This is, a living for some of us. And it's the only job that I've got right now.
oh, here's another place where you can earn a gold star. If you have a suggestion for a summer job for Maya, leave a link in the description. And if she ends up getting that job, I will mail you a gold star on a 3x5 note card. Now this one, it's going to be a little bit more involved. So you have until Maya gets the job. But just leave a link in the description. Leave a suggestion in the description or the chat, or the comments or the chat. And if Maya gets that job, gold star from me.
Uh, Now, do I get a gold star for actually like getting the job, or is it just like the people who suggest it?
Just the people that suggest it. They're special.
Oh. Uh,
We're having way too much fun. We need Kat. She is our anchor.
she is our anchor. She's the one who somehow manages to keep this all just flowing in a general direction.
People are going to be signing up to the Patreon just to bring Kat back. It's like, no, she can't stay away forever.
No, we're holding her captive.
Yeah.
She's not coming back.
If you want the dragon back, donate on our Patreon. That is a joke, by the way, for all the YouTube bots floating out there. Please do not do not freak. Because we're not paranoid
FBI,
here at Studio Frey. We aren't paranoid at all.
Yes, FBI agent that's monitoring all my communications.
Jerry.
That is a joke. I'm actually not
He
keeping
prefers Jerry, not just FBI agent. By the way, hi Jerry. Glad you're watching. Glad you're always watching.
Humor.
Distraction.
Uh,
You know, for a studio that so far has written stories largely from the point of view of a hare, we certainly chase a lot of rabbits.
It's always a Jerry. It is always a Jerry.
So, yeah, it's always a Jerry. Thank you, Amos7178. That's right. I think that was a Rick and Morty reference.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. Nice.
Awesome. I cannot wait for that show to come back. I know that there are some people that are like not so big on it, but I enjoy it.
It is pretty good.
It's well written.
Oh, definitely.
We've broken our streak. I have not badmouthed an author in this live stream yet. But I just praised somebody's writing.
It'll happen. Actually, that's a first. You've actually complimented a writer for the first time.
Yes, exactly. It's like, okay, you guys want to talk about great writers? We'll talk about great writers. Robert Heinlein, Ray Bradbury, Phil Goyce, Jim Butcher, Patricia Briggs, all incredible writers. Read their stuff after you read mine. But just remember, I gave you the suggestion, so I should be first. So.
Okay, back on track again. I think that was...
Have we ever been on track? That's the question.
It's certainly not a straight track. But those were the 3 main things we wanted to talk about.
Then it's time for the surprise, isn't it, Maya?
Yes, it is.
Ooh. So,
ooh.
Nightmare Gods, Ghosts of the Nightmare Gods. Mark your calendars. This beautiful cover that you see in front of you here will be on the front of the FDC with the first few chapters. June 16th, 2019, for your reading enjoyment if you are a Patreon supporter. It is a chilling, gripping, urban fantasy horror. And for this live stream only, I've got the first chapter that I'm going to read right now, or in a close approximation to now. Dun dun dun.
Yay!
Jazz hands. Jazz hands.
Jesse.
See, I like how you get like the head bob going with it
See,
too.
this is actually applause in sign language.
Oh, applause.
Hmm.
This isn't applause in sign language?
Yeah, well, you can't exactly hear anybody clapping, so it's just
Oh, okay. So they do.
shaking hands.
Because I figured gesture. See, I'm very interested in ASL. A few of my friends are fluent in ASL, and I've often thought about, trying. I know thank you and things like that. So
I can finger spell moderately well. I took 2 years of it in high school.
neat.
Hmm.
Very, very cool. Well,
This
with
is also the sign for finger spelling.
this
Yeah.
finger spell, finger spell. Speaking of spells, Ghosts of the Nightmare Gods, Urban Fantasy
Oh
Horror,
yeah.
Chapter 1. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
See, I should be looking here, but you're over here. So I keep Chapter 1. Sean was floating through the depths of time and space, passing a mystery of the universe when he heard the doorbell ring, bringing him rapidly back to the reality of the charming 3-bedroom, 2-bath, ranch-style home in the Riverview subdivision. As if sensing his moment of return, there was another ring, which seemed somehow more emphatic. "Let's see what the gods have sent me this time," he muttered under his breath. He hated being interrupted. He opened the door to find a quiet, mousy girl standing before him, barely 5'4", with thick glasses and disheveled hair. She was doing her best to look nice, but she only managed to look like an overtaxed librarian. She tugged nervously at the cardigan wrapped around her shoulders. Too warm for the day, but whatever. At least she was interesting. "I'm sorry, sir. My car just randomly stopped and I can't get a signal. Well, would you mind calling a tow truck for me?" she said quietly, almost as if she was embarrassed to even speak. This? This is what they sent me? He said to himself. There was a stirring to the air, then a subtle green flash. As it subsided, a form began to take shape in the corner. He felt the presence of a familiar wisp fade in next to him. Oh, great. Dill was here. The Fates aren't without their sense of humor, you know, and if you would stop for a moment and stop being cynical, well, you might even see that there's something there, the spirit said in a huff, mimicking for a moment the act of breathing. His form grew more solid to Sean while remaining invisible to his guest, and revealed a visage akin to someone in their 20s. Brown hair swept back in a gentle wave over the tips of his pointed ears, while his green eyes sparkled with mirth, concealing a lurking seriousness. He radiated power, and the sudden appearance added mystery to the moment. "Excuse me, sir?" Oh yes, she was still here. That's right, he thought to himself, experiencing linear time with its many inconveniences. There was never any time to stop and appreciate the little things. "Yes, I'd be happy to make a phone call. Would you come in and make yourself comfortable? No need to wait out here." He added a little magic to that last part, just a touch, to make her feel safer about the whole deal. "Yes, that would be fine. Thank you," she said, nodding her head. It seemed almost heavy. "Great. Make yourself comfortable on the couch and I'll grab my phone in the next room," he replied. Surreptitiously, Sean slipped out, venturing to his room reserved for ritual, as he reached out to the wisp again. "You rang?" Dill said, appearing almost instantly. Oh, he was being a smartass. Perfect. "Oh, that tone again? Really? What did I do this time?" Sean replied, feigning hurt. "Do we really have to go into it, after how you came by this place?" Dill said, picking at an old wound. "It's a charming 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, ranch-style home in the Riverview subdivision, which has been my patch of forest to guard for the last few millennia," Sean explained. "Yes, but the person you changed and slipped into his life had a destiny, you know," the wisp replied. The original Sean Pike is much happier as a mother. I mean, I could show you. This really didn't need any further explanation, did it? He saved his grove. Everyone was happy, except the Fates apparently, but Sean knew you couldn't win all the time. Enough! The Fates have decided that since you think it's fine to interfere with their weaving, the spirit took on a more formal tone, switching from banter to the official business at hand. Wait a minute! Wait a minute! Sean temporalized, holding up his hands. Yes? Dill raised an eyebrow as a grin spread across his face. They tapped you. Directly, the guardian asked, shocked. Dill began. As I said, you've pissed them off. Since you have decided to interfere with their... Piss them off? They tap a wisp directly for the first time in ages after bulldozing into my territory, disrupting my grove. Sean protested indignantly. The spirit ignored him and continued on. Then they will use you to correct it, the wisp replied with a tone of finality. Dill, he said, for the first time using his name, which got the spirit's attention as it always did. Yes, he answered, projecting an exasperated put-upon look. They're absentee landlords. Why be their errand boy? I don't see a binding collar. The spirit's look flashed from put-upon to aggravated. When the Fates talk, you're supposed to listen. If you had learned that, if you had respected that, Dill lectured. Respect goes both ways. They want it. Don't put a golden-threaded mortal in my way, infringing on what's mine, Sean said, dismissively. Gods, this is the whole point, Dill muttered. You act like a teenager sometime. So, young man, it's time you learned some responsibility. Dill took on a mocking, fatherly tone. This time it was Sean's turn to look annoyed, and then a moment of awareness dawned. There was someone waiting in the living room. You don't mean... Yes, they are giving you an assistant, a charge to keep you out of trouble for a few centuries. Maybe a few other surprises. They weren't too keen on giving me many details to pass along. They are deeply aggrieved, enough to send me and break ages of silence, Dill went on, his words falling with the weight of final judgment. This is an outrage. I'm a guardian, a firstborn, charged with sacred duties, and they dare treat me this way? Fuck them, he growled. There's nothing you can do. They've interwoven your destiny and that of your current house guest with a golden thread. They had me watch so I could report the news firsthand. It was quite an honor and a first for me. Do you know how long it's been since I've had a first time on anything? Dill replied. Shit. Some days it just didn't pay to get out of bed. They've made their point. There's no reason to take this any further. Lesson has been learned, Sean replied, backpedaling for dear life. There are consequences for your actions. Consequences you are not allowed to ignore or dismiss. For once. Dill's voice trailed off as he muttered under his breath. With a resigned sigh, Sean switched to damage control. He could handle this. So, what's the situation? Misassigned familiar. Something zigged when it should have zagged. Since you have such a fetish for transformative magic, the Fates thought you might put it to good use, Dill answered. The original Sean Pike. The one I changed. He really is much happier as a mother. As a lovely fawn. If they hadn't invaded my territory, Sean tried to continue, sounding pained and put upon. Sean, this is settled. You need to move on, Dill snapped, bringing him back to the matter at hand. Okay, so you're telling me that I'm stuck with my recent house guest, he replied, letting the matter go. There was no winning against those odds anyway. You always were a bright buck, Dill said, patting him on the head between his spectral antlers. And you always were a smartass, Sean snapped back. And you wonder how I ended up with you, Dill grinned. Anyway, yes, your mission, whether you like it or not, pop her out of her mortal form and send her on the right path. That should be easy for you, and after a while, natural instincts will kick in and you'll have a shiny new pet. Yeah, that's what you think. They're a pain in the ass to train, Sean muttered, and began to slip out. So you're actually going to take the time to train this one? Dill questioned, stopping him in his tracks. You're the one that said it. It's an assignment, not a choice. And besides, I have been a bit bored lately. Sean grinned devilishly. Try taking this seriously. Maybe even try being nice for a change. If you really want to smooth things over, you will take this seriously, Dill chided. Nice? I'm always nice. At least, that's what they always end up thinking, Sean said, grabbing his cell phone and giving Dill a look of pure confidence. Yeah, whether they like it or not, Dill replied cryptically as Sean left the room. And there is Chapter 1 of Ghosts of the Nightmare Gods. If you're interested and you cannot wait for the Amazon release, which happens in around August or September, depending on how the FDC goes, you can subscribe to Patreon. It's only $2 a month, and you can catch the rest there. We release 3,500 words every Sunday and Wednesday, like clockwork. As for the rest of our release schedule, going for the rest of the year, the next release after Nightmare Gods, after a short hiatus to give my team time to recover because they have been working feverishly for months, will be Whispers Beyond the Veil. That should be releasing on the FDC sometime around Halloween. I'm hoping to release around Halloween. I really want to. And then in January, around January, we will pick back up with the Farthest Star universe and release Farthest Star. The eponymous title, where a lot of things start to come together, start to gel, where, just, it's crazy.
Things start to get even more crazy.
Yes, exactly. It's like we're going to turn it
Mhm.
up to 11. So make sure you get your copy of Rise of the Forgotten. Read it once, read it twice, leave a good review on Amazon, and be ready because in January that journey continues. But for the rest of this year, we are with the Nightmare Gods universe. And I'm very excited about it, honestly. It's really come out well in editing.
Mhm.
Directly following our first two Nightmare Gods releases, we have Farthest Star, as I just said, and then after Farthest Star, we have Sins of the Solar Republic. And so, which is another progression of the Farthest Star universe. So, it's getting exciting here at Studio Prey. All of these books, by the way, are written. They're in various stages of editing. We have covers at least queued, if not ordered. I actually just ordered the cover for Whispers Beyond the Veil today. So there will not be a delay in our releases going forward. In fact, on our current schedule, if everything goes well and we're able to keep up with, our funding for Speedy and everything else, we have enough works to release regularly until 2023, I believe. Is what it worked out to. I am currently writing Starfall, if that's any indication, which is book number 17 for me. So there is content. It's going to be coming out regularly. Now is a perfect time to catch the wave, get caught up on what you've missed, and ride forward with us into the future because it is going to be a very exciting few years for Studio Prey as our audience builds, as we get our books in the bestseller category. It's honestly just, it's awesome. And I
It really is.
couldn't be more excited. So,
Mhm.
well, we're slightly beyond our 30-minute normal time frame. I'm going to open this up for questions from the chat. The chat's been kind of quiet today, but I mean it's a Tuesday in the middle of the work week, so I understand that. Is there anything you guys want to know? Anything you guys want me to comment on? Anything you want Maya to comment on? I mean, she is here.
Yeah.
She is our editor on staff. She is Johnny on the spot, Maya on the spot, whenever I need a quick critique. So no spoilers, Maya. No spoilers.
I'll keep that in mind. Go ahead and
Yes.
give me a metaphorical slap on the wrist if I get too close.
Metaphorical, I'm flying to Michigan. Once again, that was a joke. Just a joke. All right, I'm gonna
Love you.
heart.
That was more of a beam than a heart.
Hey, I'm trying. My hands, my poor paws, they're permanently gnarled from hours of typing, slaving away over a keyboard only for the enjoyment of my readers. Do 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 do. Oh, books for Illyrians. That's an interesting question. Um, for Ben Shimon and Karen Williamson are two Illyrians that have been with us since the beginning. I am fronting the cost and I am sending them Dawnbreak, Exile's Return, and Rise, signed with a personal message for me, from me, not for me. Just to thank them for being there on the ground floor. Going forward, we will have print copies available of those books, and every Illyrian, which is our $10 supporter, I believe maybe our $6 supporter too, I don't have the Patreon in front of me, so I'd have to check, will receive an option to purchase a book at the regular print cost, and I will sign it and ship it. It might not be a regular print cost because shipping does get a little bit high. So there might be a
Mhm.
slight addition for shipping, but if you want signed copies of these books, you are going to want to be an Illyrian supporter with Studio Prey. But that also, we get enough of those people coming in. There will be monthly one-on-ones with me and hopefully the rest of the team when they can make it in. That is for our Illyrians only. There's full access to the FDC. There is my undying gratitude. You also will get mentioned in the special thanks in the novel. I believe we've done that for each of them so far. If I missed that on Rise, which I don't think I did, I will get that added in. But our Illyrians, our supporters, you guys really, everybody that supports us on Patreon means so much. But those Illyrians, you guys go above and beyond and really, support the magic. So thank you very much.
Thank you a lot.
Mm-hmm. And I'm not just hoarding the money away either. I actually split it 40, 40, 10, and 10 between Kat, myself, Maya, and our cover artist. So that, the profit that we make is equally distributed out and goes to support all of us. So thank you very, very much for that. Good enough? Yes?
Sounds good to me.
Yep, all right. Any more questions, guys? Let me know.
Just have to wait for the lag or the delay to catch up.
Yep, that's what I'm doing now. It's kind of neat. It's like watching myself with a delayed deja vu over here. Monitor 1, Monitor 2, Monitor 3. I live in a cockpit.
And meanwhile, I'm over here with MacGyver setup with my phone sitting on top of my computer screen and the computer beneath it because my laptop just is terrible.
Well, MacGyver was at least a really cool show.
I've never seen it. I've just heard I just know where the reference comes from and I use it all the time.
It's 80s cheese par excellence. Right up there with the A-Team and Airwolf. So,
I mean, I've seen the Mythbusters episode they did testing his, his inventions, the like, what is it, the trash bag, bamboo, and duct tape glider or something like that I made.
Yeah, he was awfully resourceful and lucky as the devil. So,
Hmm.
but all right, guys, we're going to wrap it up here. Thank you both for, thank you all, rather, for being here. Maya, thank you for being here. Kat, we miss you.
Oh, come back, cat,
Aw.
please.
But be sure to join us. Watch this space again for our June live stream announcement. I'm not going to shout out the date right now because I want to get the results from that survey if people end up taking it, just so that we
Mhm.
can better tailor it for you. And yeah, thanks for being a supporter of the magic. Onward towards the farthest star. Till next time.
Hey, everybody.